So let's be real anime fans. Okay, first off, I ran 2021, and what's 2021? Whole year for an elaborate anime community lately where they expand from things less than DBZ, go get the details like things with Adore what his skin's made of, is the true potential of anime lore. What ended up happening was it ended up on R&B. Unfortunately, surprisingly, the indication that if we had battle between Shu and Knuckle from Hunter x Hunter, would win with Shu because Shu was still purple. Was a grown man playing a Dragon Ball Z fine game like Street Fighter, or Fighter Z Dragon Ball Fighters. Now I'd use Riddell because Riddell's still purple. And what ended up happening was, since those games are connected to actual martial arts, explaining, I got caught up in a sequence. I figured out I was on the clean anime characters like Hiei and Android 17. I didn't believe it because of establishment, and what ended up happening was actually Chaz dying. And, the thing about that, the beauty behind that, is I figured out the anime community was made for this and that, and how people think older, especially a lot of people really that wear top hats, just like my Uncle T, but not, going full, going full Megalodon. Always cooking, always telling you how the system works so you never catch me a Samurai Jack. They use that concept over you. You don't think the sleeves are ever simultaneously clean? You don't think that literally, that's straightforward and that gang false that shit, this and that? I'm on that shit. And that's straightforward. And what ends up happening is he explains a lot of gangs fall to that thing that is straightforward. Status we're trying to call, sleeves gay. What does that have to do with anything with anime? Literally, he's just wearing, sleeves, like a cowboy. Truth behind this is my, level of lore this year. So lore turned out, okay. Lore it's a Dungeons and Dragons formula in order for longer play, so you don't have a literal mental meltdown. And what that does when you put yourself in a situation with your uncle, it becomes cause and effect because reality is no longer unbearable because you recognize literally now that the game isn't for it's more elaborate. Give you a chance to do this and that. So what I said, my ultimate message this year, before I turned 3-0, is that the original timeline, because the county complained about the tree, there's a tree problem. It's Juboxy in the Hidden Leaf Village. Everybody like Ileana's hopping on top of rocks and shit. Trump is about to be at Mount Rushmore. So I said, the original timeline is critical. If we hold you to smart, without being advanced, even though you explain how hard Suzumiya isn't for, and that things like, Fairy Tail and animes are slightly deferring for, you don't step it up, you bring your personal problems to wrestling. You go to school for graphic design, I tell you to literally make it full anime quality, where you are drawing in two bubbles. Are keeping up with the character designs, we still criticize you on backgrounds. Then later on, I figured out that's too much work for one person, that multiple people literally do that in one studio. They draw the background separate, literally, they draw the little figures. So first off, you draw a big, figure on a big piece of paper. They just figured it out, literally. In order for me to make excuses, they have to bend the whole world. What I said lately is, you see how the main timeline is critical, it means super critical, that means just to survive. I'm not giving you emotional support, literally, I am holding literally you to you being an adult. No matter what complexity, no matter literally if we had a whole region of people literally who got, their own places without the murder's judgment, literally who stabbed themselves in the head because of game, because they couldn't call out female manipulation like me. I couldn't get anything big like a car. It was I told them literally, if we are telling you literally to be elaborate, not say the right things at the right time, that means we're telling you to grow up, all together. Start being advanced. This is the deal, Lily. I made it in a world soundtrack before I got to Alpha Mega, so if you're a big fan of my child, recognize that the world soundtrack literally was the beginning of everything. Literally, I was with my girlfriend, Yessie, literally, we just got out of church, literally, we started playing bartender, and we started thinking about my cousin Ike. Then all went down here, I eventually got a Verizon wireless bill. Everything worked at the time, literally, even though I recognized that it was by requirement as Penguin Drum to post it in the studio, especially with my cousin India. At least you're not, getting away with manipulating me. So what does that mean? I figured out this thing called default. Literally, when you're held against literally your mental condition, I know a lot about gangs. You see, gangs stop me from getting into regional center because what that means is you know how to slightly defer. You know how to stop reality from being unbearable. So what they do to our gangster, literally, when we first join the gangs, they give you debt, literally, in order to make your problems equivalent to an autistic person. I'm not easily fooled because that is more tools. Also, an update from NASA. I had an interview for the Texas Roadhouse. I asked for a real job outside of Funimation, and Sophia called me, literally, on my Hibison phone, literally, in another world, literally, what a perfect, professional introduction saying that this is Sophia from the Texas Roadhouse. I'm in, a position where I'm in two worlds, and, bitches pop out of nowhere, literally, so I can't get a job because of nudity, literally, and they want to allow this whole rapper shit where I actually, and clear to everybody else, the video about 2 tacos, and maybe lose a sub, but I don't give a fuck because I'm Sasuke, and I'm not a square. Time like Lily with the mainstream media, I paused my craft. I'm not a monkey like Jay-Z. Lily, I made Jay-Z forfeit for the 100th time. Because I waited, trials of grown ass man to become a celebrity. Now they're having a problem, literally. When I was at Alpha Mega, I saw Swiss Beats on the streets. I saw the person who inspired me to rap, Travis McCoy in the streets. I saw Snoop Dogg in the streets, literally. And it didn't mean shit. You know why? Because celebrities put themselves in a situation where they compare themselves to somebody who has autism, and because they do know how to fight, literally, it's no ending. But I learned that's how America works, literally. America runs on full disability because, literally, about gangs, and gangsters, and what's in between, and me running the school about, playing off the status, but isn't working. You eventually have to grapple a situation from being a grown man, but what gives you the coordination, literally, either playing sports or being in a game? This is why, it halfway fell, and people are like, oh, this is just normal quarantine, this is that, this is what happens, literally, when you fucking go to school, nobody wants to tell you. If you lose, you replace with your mentality. There's this weekly tube show thing, literally, where Piccolo started to Gohan, literally saying, hey, you still wearing that outfit? Literally, yeah, you still jacking out. I had to change in order to do this shit. I had a girlfriend named Brittany Lily. In the series, I called her Bridget 8. So I knew everything, literally, in and out, literally. I knew how to box. I knew how to do everything before I got to the hood. It put me in a situation where if you have a catchy theme song and you're watching, even if it's a real life show like Wolfblood, my mom will call out that they're teenagers and they will call out that, a theme song, literally, is getting you farther away from adult because, literally, it's making you happy and joyful. Literally, will stop a lie or rape, stop a lie with this and that, and heirs will stop taking advantage of the understanding society. So I figured out that does nothing. When these people, go to war, like, Anne and all these other, lesbian cops that hate the way I live, literally, they're doing nothing. Until you're in a false situation, they can still take you in jail, especially for that Verizon rallies. They can still do anything in their fucking past, but they can't, ridicule you, make you feel like a little kid. You're unbelievably handsome. Thinking a child molester, then I caught them like, Chris, why are you looking for a high?